Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every coin has a history where history meets hidden fortune. Here I share real videos of rare and old coins, including pieces worth millions that can truly change a collector's life. If you love coin hunting, rare finds, and valuable treasures, this channel is your guide to the world of priceless coins. The 2008 Arizona, 1912, and 2008 Oklahoma, 1907 quarter dollars are two historically rich and visually powerful issues from the United States Mint's famous 50-state quarters program, representing not only their respective statehood milestones but also the broader American effort to preserve history, culture, and identity through everyday coinage. Both coins were released in 2008 during the later phase of the program, a period marked by refined minting technology, strong public interest, and mature collector awareness, which adds long-term collectible importance to these issues. The Arizona quarter celebrates the nation's 48th state with iconic imagery of the Grand Canyon and the Saguaro Cactus, symbolizing natural wonder, endurance, and the rugged spirit of the American Southwest, while the Oklahoma quarter honors the 46th state by highlighting Native American heritage through the depiction of a traditional dancer, the state outline, and Indian blanket wildflowers, reflecting cultural resilience and historical depth. From a value perspective, both quarters are common in circulated condition due to high mintages, yet they become increasingly desirable in uncirculated, high mint state, proof, and especially silver-proof formats, where superior condition, limited production, and precious metal content raise collector demand and market value. Together, these two 2008 state quarters form a meaningful pair for collectors, educators, and investors alike, offering a balanced combination of natural beauty and human history, and standing as lasting reminders of an era when U.S. coins were designed not just for commerce, but as miniature historical records that continue to gain appreciation as time passes and well-preserved examples grow scarcer. The 2008 Arizona quarter dollar, issued as part of the highly successful United States Mint 50-state quarters program, stands as one of the most visually striking and historically meaningful modern U.S. coins, celebrating Arizona's admission as the 48th state of the Union on February 14, 1912, and encapsulating centuries of natural, cultural, and historical heritage within its carefully designed reverse. Released into circulation in 2008, this quarter was produced in massive quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with additional proof versions struck at the San Francisco Mint, making it widely available to the public while still holding deep educational and collectible significance, especially for state quarter enthusiasts and beginners in numismatics. The obverse of the coin continues the familiar John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, which has appeared on U.S. quarters since 1932, bearing the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination, quarter dollar, while the reverse design, where Arizona's unique identity truly shines, features the Grand Canyon prominently in the foreground, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and a symbol of immense geological history, combined with a majestic saguaro cactus rising in the background, representing the Sonoran Desert ecosystem and the rugged, resilient spirit of the American Southwest. Above the design appears the word, Arizona, while the date, 1912, marks the year of statehood, and 2008 indicates the year of issue, reinforcing the state's journey from ancient Native American civilizations through Spanish exploration, Mexican governance, and eventual U.S. statehood. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, with a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge, matching standard quarter specifications, ensuring uniformity across modern U.S. coinage. Historically, Arizona's story is deeply intertwined with Native American tribes such as the Hopi, Navajo, Apache, and Hohokam, whose presence dates back thousands of years, and while these cultures are not directly depicted on the coin, their legacy is symbolically represented through the land itself, especially the Grand Canyon, which has long held spiritual significance for indigenous peoples. From a collector's perspective, The 2008 Arizona quarter is generally common in circulated condition due to high mintages, but uncirculated examples with strong luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks can command a modest premium, particularly when graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services, while proof versions, especially silver proofs struck at San Francisco, are more desirable and valuable due to their limited production, mirror-like fields, and frosted design elements. Error coins such as off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, or clipped planchettes can significantly increase value and attract specialist collectors, making careful examination worthwhile. In the broader cultural sense, the Arizona quarter played an important role in educating millions of Americans about state history and geography, as the 50-state quarters program inspired widespread interest in coin collecting, encouraged children and families to learn about U.S. states, and brought numismatics into everyday conversation. Today, more than a decade after its release, the 2008 Arizona quarter remains a powerful symbol of natural beauty, state pride, and modern American coin design, serving not only as legal tender but also as a miniature historical document that reflects Arizona's dramatic landscapes, enduring heritage, and the United States Mint's commitment to honoring each state's unique identity within a unified national coinage system. The 2008 Arizona quarter $1912 also holds special importance when viewed through the lens of modern numismatic economics, production practices, and long-term collectible trends, because it represents a mature stage of the 50-state quarters program when public awareness was already high and minting technology had reached a refined level, resulting in generally strong strikes, consistent quality, and wide distribution across all regions of the United States, including heavy circulation in western states where Arizona-themed coins were especially popular among residents and tourists. During 2008, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of Arizona quarters at the Philadelphia P. Mint Mark and Denver D. Mint Mark facilities, reflecting the ongoing demand for circulating coinage at a time when cash transactions were still dominant, while San Francisco issued both clad-proof and 90% silver-proof versions specifically for collectors, which were never intended for circulation and were sold directly by the Mint in annual proof sets. The silver-proof Arizona quarter, in particular, stands out due to its intrinsic metal value, heavier weight of 6.25 grams, and its deep cameo contrast, making it a preferred choice for long-term collectors who value both aesthetic appeal and precious metal content. From an investment standpoint, while circulated Arizona quarters typically retain face value, carefully preserved uncirculated rolls, mint-sealed bags, and high-grade certified specimens have shown gradual appreciation over time, especially as the original supply of pristine coins slowly diminishes due to circulation wear, environmental damage, and casual handling. Another fascinating aspect of the Arizona quarter lies in its artistic balance, as the designers successfully combined two iconic symbols, the Grand Canyon and the Saguaro Cactus, without overcrowding the coin, using depth, perspective, and texture to create a sense of scale that gives the canyon a vast, sweeping presence while allowing the cactus to rise sharply in contrast, symbolizing life and endurance in an arid landscape. This thoughtful design choice has been praised by numismatists and art historians alike, as it captures Arizona's identity in a way that is instantly recognizable even to those with minimal knowledge of U.S. geography. Educationally, the coin continues to serve as a teaching tool in classrooms and among young collectors, helping explain concepts such as statehood order, coin composition, mint marks, and the difference between circulation strikes and proof coins, while also encouraging curiosity about geology, desert ecosystems, and American expansion in the early 20th century. Culturally, the Arizona quarter reflects a broader national effort to celebrate regional diversity within a unified country, reminding collectors that each state contributes its own landscape, history, and character to the American story. And as time passes, the 2008 Arizona quarter is increasingly viewed not just as a common modern coin, but as a historical artifact of an era when U.S. coinage briefly became a nationwide educational movement, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire new generations of collectors and history enthusiasts. The 2008 Arizona quarter dollar, 1912, also illustrates how modern coins transition from everyday objects into long-term collectibles, as millions of pieces that once passed casually through hands are gradually lost, damaged, or permanently removed from circulation, leaving behind a shrinking population of well-preserved examples that future collectors will study and value as representatives of early 21st century U.S. coinage. Over time, factors such as oxidation, improper storage, environmental humidity, and contact with other coins cause surface dulling and microabrasions, making original mint luster increasingly rare and reinforcing the importance of proper storage methods like archival quality holders, albums, or certified slabs for anyone seeking to preserve Arizona quarters in top condition. Grading standards applied to this coin emphasize sharpness in the canyon's layered rock lines, clarity in the cactus ribs, and cleanliness of the fields, especially on the reverse where contact marks are more noticeable, and coins that display full detail with minimal marks can achieve higher mint state grades that significantly separate them in desirability from average uncirculated pieces. Another long-term aspect of interest lies in mint-marked comparisons, as subtle differences between Philadelphia and Denver strikes, such as strike pressure, luster texture, and die wear, can be observed by advanced collectors who enjoy studying production variations within the same design, while proof issues from San Francisco represent the pinnacle of craftsmanship, often displaying flawless surfaces and dramatic visual contrast when carefully preserved. Socially and culturally, the Arizona quarter has become a nostalgic object for many Americans who remember the excitement of searching through pocket change or completing state quarter maps during childhood, making the coin emotionally meaningful as well as historically informative. Looking far into the future, numismatists often speculate that complete, high-quality sets of state quarters, including the 2008 Arizona issue, will be increasingly appreciated as cohesive historical collections rather than isolated coins, because they collectively document a unique period when U.S. coinage focused on storytelling and national education. In this way, the Arizona quarter continues its journey beyond simple currency, evolving into a small but powerful symbol of American memory, artistic achievement, and the enduring human desire to record history in metal. Examining the 2008 Arizona quarter dollar, 1912, through a global and comparative numismatic lens further deepens its importance, as it represents how the United States Mint used circulating coinage as a form of cultural diplomacy and national storytelling, a practice that places American modern coins alongside international commemorative issues from countries that also celebrate landscapes, heritage sites, and national identity on everyday money. Unlike many nations that restrict such detailed designs to commemorative or non-circulating coins, the U.S. chose to place the Arizona quarter into daily commerce, ensuring that iconic imagery like the Grand Canyon reached not only American citizens but also tourists, international collectors, and currency exchangers worldwide, subtly promoting awareness of Arizona's natural wonders beyond U.S. borders. This wide exposure helped establish the Arizona quarter as one of the more internationally recognizable designs of the State Quarters series, particularly because the Grand Canyon is globally famous and often associated with the United States as a whole. From a technical standpoint, the coin also reflects the Mint's ability to mass-produce detailed designs with consistency, as the layered canyon walls, distant horizon lines, and textured cactus required precise die engraving and careful quality control to remain visible even after moderate circulation wear, demonstrating advances in die-making and hubbing technology compared to earlier decades. Economically, the Arizona quarter coincided with a period of rising metal prices and increasing public discussion about the cost of producing circulating coinage, adding another layer of historical context to its existence. Since debates about the future of coins versus digital payments were already emerging in 2008, making this issue part of a transitional era between traditional cash usage and modern electronic transactions. Within private collections, the Arizona quarter often serves as a gateway coin that encourages collectors to explore related themes such as national park quarters, Western expansion history, desert ecology, and U.S. Mint design evolution, showing how a single state quarter can inspire broader numismatic curiosity. As decades pass, the coin's significance will likely expand beyond its original intent, being studied by historians as evidence of early 21st century American values, including pride in natural conservation, regional diversity, and public education, ensuring that the 2008 Arizona quarter dollar remains not merely a piece of change, but a lasting cultural artifact embedded with layers of meaning, memory, and national identity. The 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar, issued as part of the United States Mint's widely celebrated 50-state quarters program, is a richly symbolic modern coin that commemorates Oklahoma's admission to the Union as the 46th state on November 16, 1907, and captures in a single, carefully composed design the deep cultural roots, natural beauty, and complex history of the region, making it both an accessible circulating coin and a meaningful collectible. Released into circulation in 2008, this quarter was struck primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints in very large numbers to meet nationwide demand, while specially made proof versions, including both clad in 90% silver proofs, were produced at the San Francisco Mint exclusively for collectors, reflecting the Mint's dual mission of supplying everyday currency and creating high-quality numismatic products. The obverse of the coin continues the long-standing John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, first introduced in 1932, featuring the familiar inscriptions, "United States of America, Liberty, in God We Trust," and the denomination, quarter dollar, while the reverse design, which defines the Oklahoma issue, presents a detailed image of a traditional American Indian dancer adorned with a feathered headdress, standing in front of a map of the state of Oklahoma, with a blanket of wildflowers, specifically Indian blanket flowers Gaillardia pulchella, the official state wildflower, stretching across the foreground, symbolizing the land's natural vitality and the enduring presence of Native American cultures. Above the design appears the word, Oklahoma, with the dual dates, 1907 and 2008, marking the year of statehood and the year of issue, respectively, reinforcing Oklahoma's relatively late but historically significant entry into the Union after decades of territorial development and forced relocations of numerous Native American tribes. Compositionally, the Oklahoma quarter follows standard modern U.S. specifications, consisting of a copper-nickel-clad structure with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, weighing 5.67 grams. Measuring 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and featuring a reeded edge, ensuring consistency with other quarters while still offering a unique visual identity. Historically, Oklahoma's story is inseparable from Native American history, including the Trail of Tears, the establishment of Indian Territory, and the eventual merging of Indian and Oklahoma territories into a single state. And while these complex and often painful chapters are not explicitly depicted, the choice of a Native American dancer at the center of the coin serves as a respectful acknowledgement of the tribes whose cultures continue to shape the state's identity. From a numismatic perspective, the 2008 Oklahoma quarter is generally common in circulated condition due to its high mintage, but uncirculated examples with strong mint luster, crisp strike details, and minimal surface marks are more desirable, especially when certified in higher mint state grades, while proof and silver-proof versions carry added value due to their limited production, superior finish, and, in the case of silver proofs, intrinsic precious metal content. Collectors also pay special attention to potential mint errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchettes, which, though rare, can dramatically increase a coin's value and interest. Culturally and educationally, the Oklahoma quarter played an important role in the success of the state quarters program by highlighting Native American heritage in a way that sparked curiosity, discussion, and learning among the general public, especially younger collectors who encountered history not through textbooks, but through everyday change. Over time, as circulation wear reduces the number of well-preserved examples, the 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar is increasingly appreciated not merely as a common modern coin, but as a compact historical narrative in metal, one that reflects America's evolving approach to commemoration, its recognition of indigenous cultures, and its effort to honor each state's unique story within a unified national coinage system. The 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar, 1907, issued under the United States Mint's landmark 50 state quarters program, represents a powerful blend of history, culture, and modern numismatic craftsmanship, capturing Oklahoma's complex journey to statehood as the 46th state of the Union on November 16, 1907, and reflecting the deep-rooted presence of Native American heritage that defines the region, all within a single circulating coin that reached millions of hands across the nation. Struck in large quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints to meet everyday commercial needs, and in much smaller numbers as high-quality clad in 90% silver-proof coins at the San Francisco Mint for collectors, the Oklahoma quarter exemplifies how modern U.S. coinage balances mass production with artistic and historical storytelling. The obverse continues the classic John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, a design first introduced in 1932 and retained throughout the State Quarters series, bearing the inscriptions, "United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust," and "Quarter Dollar," while the reverse design distinguishes the Oklahoma issue through a respectful and symbolic depiction of a Native American dancer in traditional regalia, positioned before an outline map of the state, with a sweeping field of Indian blanket wildflowers in the foreground, the official state wildflower that represents both natural beauty and resilience. Above the design appears, Oklahoma, accompanied by the dates, 1907, and 2008, clearly linking the coin to the year of statehood and the year of release, and emphasizing Oklahoma's relatively late entry into the Union following decades of territorial organization, tribal displacement, land runs, and political negotiation. Compositionally, the coin follows standard modern quarter specifications, consisting of a copper-nickel-clad structure with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge, ensuring durability in circulation while maintaining visual consistency across U.S. coinage. Historically, Oklahoma's identity is inseparable from Native American history, as the state is home to dozens of federally recognized tribes whose forced relocation during the 19th century reshaped the region, and while the coin does not depict specific events such as the Trail of Tears, its central figure serves as an enduring acknowledgement of indigenous cultures that survived hardship and continue to contribute to the state's social and cultural fabric. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2008 Oklahoma quarter is generally common in circulated condition due to its high mintage, yet uncirculated examples with strong original luster, sharp detailing in the dancer's regalia, and clean fields command greater interest, particularly when certified in higher mint state grades, while proof and silver-proof versions are more sought after because of their limited production, mirror-like surfaces, frosted design elements, and, in the case of silver proofs, intrinsic precious metal value. Collectors also actively search for rare varieties such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchettes, which, though scarce, can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and market value. Beyond its physical attributes, the Oklahoma quarter holds lasting educational and cultural significance, as it introduced millions of Americans, especially younger generations, to the idea that everyday coins can tell meaningful stories about history, identity, and shared national heritage, and as time passes and well-preserved examples become less common, this coin continues to evolve from ordinary pocket change into a compact historical artifact that reflects America's growing effort to recognize cultural diversity, honor indigenous peoples, and preserve state history through the enduring medium of coinage. Looking beyond its initial release and basic design, the 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar, 1907, also reveals deeper layers of meaning when examined in terms of long-term preservation, collecting behavior, and its place within broader American cultural memory, because as years pass, the coin increasingly serves as a physical record of how early 21st century America chose to represent its states and histories through everyday money. Millions of Oklahoma quarters that once circulated freely have already suffered wear from handling, environmental exposure, and mechanical counting, gradually softening the fine details of the Native American dancer's attire, the state outline, and the delicate petals of the Indian blanket flowers, which in turn elevates the importance of well-preserved uncirculated examples that retain full mint luster, sharp relief, and clean surfaces, especially when stored properly in protective holders that prevent moisture, friction, and chemical damage. Professional grading standards for this coin place strong emphasis on the clarity of the dancer's facial features, feather definition in the headdress, and the smoothness of the open fields, meaning that coins achieving higher mint state or proof grades are increasingly distinguished from average examples and often become centerpieces in modern U.S.-type collections. From a social and educational standpoint, the Oklahoma quarter continues to resonate with collectors who remember the excitement of the state quarters era, when families searched through pocket change and coin rolls to complete maps and albums, making this issue not just historically informative but also emotionally nostalgic. In the wider numismatic landscape, the coin often acts as a gateway to more specialized collecting interests, such as Native American-themed U.S. coinage, territorial history, or comparative studies of state quarter designs, illustrating how a single circulating coin can inspire deeper historical inquiry. As decades move forward and the state quarters program becomes a defined historical chapter rather than a recent memory, the 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar is likely to be studied by historians and collectors alike as evidence of evolving national values, including a growing willingness to acknowledge indigenous heritage, celebrate regional identity, and use mass-produced currency as a tool for public education, ensuring that this coin's significance extends far beyond its face value and continues to grow as a lasting symbol of American history preserved in metal. As the passage of time further distances the 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar, 1907, from its era of release, the coin increasingly gains relevance as a marker of transitional moments in American history, technology, and public engagement with currency, because it was issued during a period when physical money still dominated daily transactions even as digital payments were beginning to reshape financial habits, making this quarter part of the last generation of U.S. coins to achieve truly massive circulation and widespread hands-on familiarity. Technologically, the Oklahoma quarter reflects the advanced die engraving and hubbing techniques of the early 2000s, which allowed the United States Mint to reproduce complex imagery, such as the intricate textures of the dancer's regalia, the subtle contours of the state map, and the layered composition of the floral foreground, with remarkable consistency across hundreds of millions of strikes, demonstrating a level of precision that earlier generations of coinage could not easily achieve. From a comparative design perspective, the Oklahoma quarter stands out among the 50 state quarters for its human figure, a relatively rare choice within the series, which adds emotional depth and narrative presence, inviting viewers to reflect on the people behind the history rather than landscapes alone. Economically and culturally, the coin also reflects changing national conversations around representation, heritage, and commemoration, as its respectful focus on Native American imagery aligned with broader efforts to recognize indigenous contributions and histories within mainstream American symbols. In private collections and institutional archives, the Oklahoma quarter increasingly serves as a reference point for studying public response to commemorative circulating coinage, offering insight into how design, symbolism, and historical context influence collecting trends and educational impact. Ultimately, as future generations encounter the 2008 Oklahoma quarter dollar not in circulation but in albums, museums, or inherited collections, it will continue to function as a compact historical document, one that preserves the story of Oklahoma's path to statehood, the enduring presence of Native American cultures, and a distinctive era when American coinage actively sought to tell inclusive stories through everyday money.